Discrimination. Word paints a picture, doesn't it? Of violence and maltreatment of others. Anyone who's not like the one in control. But this is America, United States. Here, everyone gets a fair shot. Here, we are recognized as equals. We're founded on those principles that everyone's created equal. What you're not going to hear by watching your local news station or going and watching a multi-million-dollar movie is that there are those among us who are disenfranchised. That's right, in the 21st century, there are those who are disenfranchised here in America after being held captive by a king fighting a revolutionary war to come out from under his yoke of tyranny, fighting through the crucible of the Civil War that divided us as a nation, pitted brother against brother for this idea of freedom, of equality. And then in the 1960s, coming together as a family in the Civil Rights Movement, where we declared to the whole world, indeed, all of us, regardless of race, color, gender, religion, and even disabilities, all of us are indeed free at last. But I've got to say, until I read these articles on the hearing impaired, I was absolutely oblivious to the fact that they are still disenfranchised today in the 21st century. They receive much lower wages for the same work than their counterpart. It's argued that this is because of their lack of communication skills. They struggle to communicate, and that's a tax on the company. It's a language barrier. Language barriers are the very root of discrimination. It was at the Tower of Babel where the nations were divided, all because of a language barrier. We failed to reach the pinnacle of human achievement because of language barriers. We still suffer from this affliction today. But these language barriers are not absolute. The deaf read and write in the same language you or I. We have technologies such as FaceTime and Firefly that allow for rapid communication back and forth. No communications is not a good excuse, not near good enough. We've had sign language available since the 1800s. We teach our children Spanish in high school. We can teach them sign language. These discriminatory practices are illegal, both in the federal courts and state. What are we going to do about it? Are we going to turn a blind eye? They're just the deaf. They're a little slow anyway. Well, I can't understand what they're saying when they're talking, and when they move their hands, I don't understand what the gestures mean. So we're going to just stay in ignorance. We're going to let them fall by the wayside. A people disenfranchised anywhere is a threat to all people everywhere.